Welcome to Turda and a very warm welcome to the final stop of the Drone Champions League 2016. High-speed, spectacular, emotional. 3 words that sum up the new trend sport of drone racing. Only the best pilots in the world get the chance to take part in the Drone Champions League.
The Drone Champions League
is a global race series featuring stunning locations. 4 pilots raced against each other. The pilots control the drones via remote control. And thanks to the virtual goggles, it's like they're actually sitting in the cockpit.
The Drone Champions League
is a global quadcopter race series where the best pilots compete against each other to find out who is the best of the best. Drone racing is an interesting story in itself. It brings lots of different aspects together, from model building to the gaming skills needed to fly around a course like this.
You have lots of excitement in it. It's all new. People don't know about it, and they're like, "Oh, what's this?" And yeah, so I really think so. I believe in the future of drone racing as a full sport.
So it's a new sport with a lot of potential for future development. The host for this modern racing event is the small city of Turda in Romania. The winner of the Drone Champions League 2016 will be decided here in this old salt mine. Its uniquely spectacular location that really fulfills the concept behind the DCL. Here is the track that will decide over victory or defeat for these pilots this weekend. First off, it's through the start-finish gate, the Salina Turda gate. Then a high-speed U-turn to get the perfect line into the Conrad gate. Once through, it's another high-speed U-turn and then full speed towards the amphitheatre gate. Now you have to be careful on this one or the race will be over quicker than you thought. Then onwards to the Vodafone gate. This one is made out of steel supports from the giant wheel that's been built into the cave, so precision is called for. Out of Vodafone, full speed ahead, up to 140 kilometers per hour to the DCL gate. Now comes the part that will sort out the men from the boys. After DCL comes a 40-meter drop down to the salt lake where the Trilux gate has been mounted upon a small island. One wrong maneuver here and the drone sinks into the salt water. After Trilux, it's time to build up speed again and race through the Salina Turda gate, and then you're home. Luke Bannister set the fastest time for this track during the best of the 32 qualification rounds. And here is the young Brit that really proved himself in Reuter. He's the current world champion and leading the DCL at the moment. This is the guy that they're all trying to beat.
My main aim when I'm racing is to fly to the best of my abilities. When I crash, I'm really annoyed with myself for crashing. I just want to see how fast I can go. Yes, you race other people, but it's not about beating the next person. It's about improving yourself and trying to be as fast as you can. And if that means you beat other people, then that's how it is.
To beat Luke Bannister, it will not be easy.
He's the most precise, most consistent guy I know. So be as precise and as consistent as he is, and hope that he will make some mistake.
Luke would have to fly badly. I don't know, you need a lot of good luck or maybe some bad luck on his side. Definitely quick reactions and practice. You need a lot of practice to match his speed. He's the world champion and really very fast. I don't know if there's anything that can beat Luke. I'm pretty sure that he himself would have to make a big mistake that would cost him the race. Along with the almost unbeatable BanniUK in the first heat of the quarterfinals are Kees Stutz, Christoph Katanovic and Jan Mittner. In Heat 2, Lucas Wahl, Marcus Stroopie, Walter Kirsch and Dino Yogi step up to the mark. In Heat 3, Sebastian Brandes, Maltz, XYFPV, Andy Hahn, all from Germany, and the Dutch pilot Martin de Kemp. In the fourth and final heat, it's Heiko Schenk, Gillian van der Peer, Mac Poschwald and Christian Klaasen. Can Luke Bannister live up to all the expectations? It won't be easy to knock him off the Drone Champions League throne. And here's the countdown for Heat 1. BanniUK in the red is the big favourite, and as expected, gets a lovely lead. Oh, and he's hit! He's been clipped in the first gate. BanniUK is out of the race. We'll have to watch the analysis carefully, but right now, Ketonovic and, of course, Mittner are now comfortably clear after a collision of drones at the first turn. It's now a question of just keeping it clean and error-free, and Mittner and Ketonovic will be going through. And it looks like it is the white drone of Mittner that is comfortably going through to the final. Ketonovic, well, he'll go into the small final 5th to 8. Mittner cannot believe his luck here. All kinds of drama in the opening heats. Well, Luke Bannister wants to talk about it and lodge a complaint. He doesn't look very happy at all. And BanniUK will explain why.
There was a mid-air through the first gate, so I'm not sure whether it should be a restart or not, but it was right in the first gate, so we'll see. There's no pilot error, we just had a mid-air, couldn't see each other at all. Both hit each other through the first gate.
Now let's look at this one very carefully indeed. It's clear to see in the slow-mo the contact happened just after the first gate. And again, from Banni's onboard perspective, Stutz hits him as he's turning. The onboard from the Swiss man proved it beyond doubt. The DCL judges made the right decision. No restart. The final photo proves the crash was after the gate. The favourite is out, period. Jan Mittner can breathe a sigh of relief. With Banni out of the contest, Dino Yogi is now one of the favourites for the first place on the podium.
Drone racing means a lot of fun, and I think it already is a big chapter in my life. I will never forget this. So let's say I will stop now. This is going to be a hell of a chapter. I have seen a lot of countries all over the world this year. That's what I like the most. I've met people around the world, all over the world. It's also very fun. I instantly have like international friends. When I go to that country, I have a friend in China. When I go there, I have a friend there, and that's what I really like. But drone racing is also, yeah, it's my adrenaline kick. Maybe I'm an adrenaline junkie.
Another pilot that can sense his chance for victory is the German Lukas Wahl. The races that we normally organise are on sports grounds. We just put up a few gates and fly through them. But in the DCL, it's always something extra special. As we were in Reuter, it was amazing to fly through the ruins of an old castle. Now we're here in this salt mine. It's very special. Quarter-final Heat 2, red drone, Lukas Wahl, Stropeep green, Kirsch is blue, Dino Yogi is in the white. Countdown to start. Oh, and it's a good start in red. Wahl is the lead. We're on board with the blue drone of Kirsch, and we can see the red drone just in front. Just being overtaken there. Wahl pushed past him. Kirsch takes a wide line as Yogi now overtakes. Yogi looking to catch up with Wahl here. Wahl crashes into the wall off the Conrad gate. But he continues flying, that is good news. Now, look at the red and blue drones coming tight on the lines once again. It's a close fight between Wahl and Kirsch. The two favourites are giving nothing away here. What a fight between Wahl and Yogi. Yogi into the amphigate now. Wahl now in the lead, flies towards the Trilax gate. And look at the red drone here. Oh, he's had a crash and he's into the Salt Lake water. That is a nightmare for Lukas Wahl. He's out of the competition. Also a DNF for Yogi. Oh, can you believe it? The two big race favourites are out and Kirsch is the winner. Stropeep is second after two of the big guns throwing it away. Well, Walter Kirsch, the blue drone pilot, cannot believe his luck. He's gone through. Yes, super, of course. I didn't expect it at all. To beat Dino Yogi and Lukas Wahl would be hard for me, but they crashed. I was lucky, and I'm in the big final. Well, what a sensational quarter-final here. Close fight in the early laps. Val touches down, hits the wall, but look how he just manages to keep the drone up in the air and flying. But perhaps the most sensational part of this round was the crash on the Trilux gate that sinks his drone. Here it comes again, hits, and into the water. A serious loss. When the drone falls into the water, all that the pilot can hope for is the best, because the salt water is the pilot's biggest and worst nightmare. Some parts are missing, lots of parts are broken, and the main thing is the complete electronics have had it. The water caused the short circuit, the salt will ruin the motors and the electronic components, so that I can't use any of it again. I can't even repair it. Maybe I can salvage a few carbon parts, but that's about it. If the drone falls into the water, it's useless afterwards. So that means I just lost all the money that I've invested in this machine. In my case, that's about €500 down the drain. How many more drones will find a watery grave in the dreaded Salt Lake? And how many more of the favourites will fall? We'll find out when we get back into the action after this short break. Welcome back to the Salina Turda and the grand finale of the Drone Champions League 2016. These finals have been full of surprises so far, so let's continue with the action as we join Heat 3 of the quarterfinals. Here we have 3 German pilots and the Dutchman Martin de Kemp. Remember, it's only the winner of each heat that goes through to the big final, so let's see who can do it. All 4 pilots are lined up and ready to go. Heat 3 of the quarterfinals here.
Viel Glück.
Listen for the countdown. Oh, and what a fantastic start for Malt in green. Easily ahead. And there's another crash in the Salina Turda gate. Oh, now Brandes has gone. Can you believe it? Even though he was comfortably in the lead, he's hit one of the supports on the Vodafone gate. Oh, he'll end up in the small final. De Kemp is already now through to the big final. The Flying Dutchman puts on a brilliant display. An impressive time of 1 minute 19.30. As for Malt, Hahn and Brandes, well, they can do nothing but applaud the Dutchman who goes into the big final of the day.
Congratulations, man. Thanks, man. Well, unlucky. Definitely.
Let's take a look at all these problems. Hahn kicks Malt out. This is the surprise one for me. Brandes crashes against the wall. He just clips it. Watch carefully. There. Of the Vodafone gate. De Kemp takes the advantage, keeps it clean, flies all the way home to the line, and books himself a spot in the big final.
The thing is, you know, flying, crashing, it's all part of the game. It's yeah, you have to be able to handle the stress, I guess. But I was a little bit lucky, but I'm also very good. So yeah, you know, I aim for only one thing. Number one.
It's drone racing.
That's drone racing for you. Mid-air collisions happen sometimes. Just one small mistake in this sport usually means the end for you. In the last of the quarterfinals, it's Heiko Schenk, Gillian van der Peer, Mac Poschwald and Christian on the start line. Drone racing means a lot to Gillian.
It's like more than just a hobby, more than just coming to this event. You're 24 hours busy with it, yeah.
Heat 4 of the quarterfinals, we're going to fly on board with the green drone of Van der Peer, and it is a brilliant start from both Schenk and Poschwald in the blue drone, and it's the blue drone of Poschwald that gets the early leader into the amphi gate. He's just ahead of Schenk. Schenk is in the red, chasing Poschwald, remember. And through the DCL and Trilax gates here. Very, very close indeed. Oh, and on the Conrad gate, Poschwald touches down. But Schenk makes a mistake before the Vodafone gate with a spectacular rescue. Now, can Van der Beer take advantage of this? He's got an awful lot of speed here. Coming into the Salina Turda gate, he's hit it! And that's his race over. Oh, nightmare for Van der Beer. Now, Poschwald has opened up a big lead over Schenk. Schenk has lost a lot of time, but he's trying his best to try and make it up. Poschwald, blue drone, is comfortably leading here. And he's through. 1:12.87. Brilliant fly from Poschwald. Schenk is second. He goes into the small final. And Poschwald looking very confident with every race. Now the slow-mo shows us the first mistake from Schenk. He saves it so well and does exceptionally well not to hit the light here. And it saves him a place in the small final. The most spectacular crash of Heat 4 got to be from Van der Beer. Too high, hits the Salina Turda gate, bang! He's out of the competition. And Poschwald's statement to his opponents in the final really sums it up.
Well, I wouldn't come here if I wouldn't want to fight, so yeah. I mean, I didn't expect. I mean, it just happens. You just race, and whatever comes, you just, deal with it.
I'm just really happy. I'm pretty new here. I've only been flying for 7 months, and I'm stoked to get into the small final. Mac Poschwald is super fast. So here's the lineup for the finals in Turda. In the small final, it's Krzysztof Katanovic, Markus Stropi, Sebastian Brandes, and Heiko Schenk at the start. For the main title, it's going to be Jan Mittner, Mac Poschwald, Walter Kirsch and Martin de Kemp fighting for victory. The Pole Katanovic is the training partner of one of the finalists, Poschwald, but it seems like Markus Stropi is ready to attack. Now I'm going to give it everything I have. If I crash out on the third turn, so what? Now it's all or nothing. But let's start with the small final. Brandes in blue has become the new hope for German drone racing, while here in Turda, and Schenk in white has done really well to fight his way into this small final. Here's the countdown, and away they go, and it is a brilliant start for Brandes in the blue drone. He is the early leader and pushing ahead. Katanovic is in trouble, and he's picked up a crash, it looks like, in the amphitheatre gate with Brandes in blue, comfortably ahead of Schenk. Brandes now looks to be pulling away. 1966, confirmation of a DNF of the Polish drone pilot. There are 3 left in the small final. It's a battle between Schenk and Stropi. On board now with Stropi. Through Trilax once again here, coming into the 4th and the final lap now. That blue drone of Sebastian Brandes is comfortably clear. Fast, smooth, clean lines for the German pilot, and he's looking like he's got this one in the bag already. Oh, and Schenk there, he crashes into the lights at the Trilax gate. Stropi now has got second position in green. He really has found a perfect rhythm. 1 minute 11:60 for Sebastian Brandes, leading from the start to finish, keeping out of trouble. No issues with the other pilots. Stropi second. In the slow-mo replay, well, here's the first crash for the pole. Krzysztof out of the game in the amphigate. A mistake from Schenk that cost him first position. And then a crash from Schenk into the lights. And the slow-mo replay really does show why it's game over there. Brandes clear and comfortably the winner and takes 5th position in the overall standings. I didn't expect this. I'm really happy about it, and it's nice to get some more points for the team. Super stoked. Honestly, I didn't come here with such high hopes, and now I'm standing here. Just fantastic. Who will claim the title in the Salina Turda? Poschwald, Kirsch, de Kemp or Mittner? We'll find out after the break. Welcome back to the Drone Champions League in Turda, Romania. Unique flight maneuvers and onboard camera action combine to make this a thrilling experience in a fantastic location. It's time now to prepare for the grand final. Jan Mittner has already tasted success in the DCL. Drone flying really fascinates him.
Drone racing for me is the way how to fly. As flying has always been my biggest hobby. I spent nearly all flying time with these small quads, and the freedom you have when flying the racing quad is something that can be compared to anything else.
Then we have two surprises. Walter Kirsch in green from Team Ego Drift, and the Dutchman, Martin de Kemp in blue, that had to beat some of the top pilots such as Sebastian Brandes and Molt XYFPV in order to get into this final. Both of these guys were considered underdogs at the beginning. Mac Poschwald flew his way into the final with class and style. He left all his opponents behind him, and now he wants to be the lord of the caves. Let's find out who will manage to keep their nerves under control and get this final started. Here comes the countdown. This is the last challenge of the day, and away they go. And I have to say, big favourite Mac Poschwald in the white drone is already out in front. It looks like Kirsch is having a little bit of trouble just before the Vodafone gate. And there is no question, there are nerves out there. Martin de Kemp in blue looks to be tucked into second position, but Poschwald in the early laps here is 2-3 seconds ahead of de Kemp in blue and Mittner in the red drone. We're past the halfway point now, and look at this battle. The white drone is out ahead of the rest, but the battle for second position is a battle royal. It's de Kemp and, of course, it is Mittner, Jan Mittner. They are battling it out, swapping positions here, both trying to avoid hitting each other as well. It is incredibly close. Both of them through the Trilux gates. De Kemp still in front defending his position, but Mittner and de Kemp are literally racing shoulder to shoulder here. And Poschwald is going to win this one easily. He's now 3 seconds plus ahead of the rest of the field coming into the penultimate lap here. But it is Mittner and de Kemp looking to take that second position. De Kemp holds off, Mittner comes through right towards the end of the challenge. Oh, Mittner just gets second position. Poschwald the emphatic winner, de Kemp third, and Kirsch is in fourth position. From start to finish, Poschwald had this one under control. Let's look at the slow-mo replay, and first off, it's an amazing start from the winner, Poschwald, easily into the lead, and perhaps most importantly, keeping out of trouble. A mistake from Kirsch before the Vodafone gate, but what a battle it was for second position. Mittner being overtaken at the Salina Turda gate by de Kemp. De Kemp on the Conrad gate here, back in second. Mittner, though, takes the tighter line and gets past again. De Kemp takes Mittner again. Poschwald at this point is still flying clear ahead of the rest, but it's right on the penultimate gate, just before the finish. Mittner nips on a tighter line, gets past de Kemp to take second position, but at this point, Mac Poschwald is home, dry, and in the winner's enclosure.
It's amazing. I mean, I'm really feeling like I'm dreaming. Because yesterday I had a really bad day, today is like a totally different story. So I'm like super happy.
The competition here was really very tough, the best pilots from the world. But the KO is quite tricky, and I'm really happy that it happened like it happened.
It was an excellent race. I think I was second for a long time. I wasn't that far behind Mac. And then me and Jan, we were battling a lot, and I took second place, he took, and to be honest, you will see it, you'll probably see it, but he overtook me in the last 10 meters. It was like 20 milliseconds difference. It was a great race. I'm happy.
And here's the final result. Mac Poschwald taking the victory over Jan Mittner in second, Martin de Kemp third, and Walter Kirsch finishing in fourth position. And now, at last, the conquerors of the caves can enjoy the winner's ceremony and the celebrations. Despite getting knocked out in the quarterfinals, BanniUK still takes the overall win in the Drone Champions League for 2016. At least that's something to compensate for the world champion for the unusual feeling of losing here today. And so with the highlights of this enthralling contest in the wonderful Salina Turda, we're going to say goodbye to the 2016 season. But don't worry, we'll be back again next year with lots more action-packed races from beautiful places in the Drone Champions League 2017.